I'm gonna talk about quantum immortality. It's basically, you know what Eric was talking about, right? Like how he thinks he jumped to another universe type thing.
Yeah.
It's basically like that. But quantum immortality is the idea that every time you die, your consciousness jumps not to heaven, to hell, but to the nearest reality where you survived. So from your perspective, you never died. You just keep waking up in timelines where you barely made it.
So you're gonna tell me how I got sick and I went to the hospital? I died there?
Probably.
Without even knowing?
And you just jumped to this timeline.
My question is, what happens if, like, die of natural causes, though? Like, old age? What happens then?
They did.
Is that the only, like, case where, like, you're not immortal?
Basically, it's like, when your time comes, it comes, you know? How many times do you guys think that you actually died? And like,
A lot. A lot.
Death experiences?
I mean, fucking a lot, Ozzy.
How many times do you think you've died?
One.
I don't know.
And you?
Yeah, dude.
What I feel like, too, I feel like it's not just, like, you dying. I feel like it's, like, you being injured, too.
How the fuck do you die from an injury?
No, not dying from injury. You just get injured. Because there's, like, so many times where I felt like I should have lost my eye, but it never happened. I'm just, like, thinking, there's another Aussie out there with like, fucking one eye.
Don't jinx it.
There's, like, so many fucking, like, versions of me, like, with one eye walking around. Because there's, like, times where I should have lost my eye. I'm probably gonna lose my eye, yeah.
We should have lost our foreskin. We still have
Think you're healthy?
I think I'm good.
Nah, I'm okay, hopefully.
It's like a scary type of thing, don't you think?
Yeah.
It is.
Like, fucking just, like...
Well, like that one Redditor that, like, he was scared of the idea of it.
Really?
Did you ever hear about that?
No.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, there was a Redditor saying that like, oh, is this real? Is this real? Quantum immortality? Like, am I never gonna die? And I think he committed or something.
Gosh.
What the fuck?
Something crazy like that. I don't know. Yeah, like no one ever heard from him ever again or something.
I've never died.
You never died.
No.
I can think of times where you almost died.
No, I'm immortal.
He's not even from our universe.
Well, that's right, how you jumped.
Yeah, I'm very lonely.
I feel like all of us possibly have died, right?
No.
Just you know?
Yeah.
Why?
Give an example when this ERICK died.
Oh, he choked in the quarter.
Yeah.
Damn.
Spit it out, did a backflip.
In a different universe.
Especially, like, have you heard about these, like, people that like, survived, like, death so many fucking times before, too?
Yeah.
Like, there's this one dude that almost got assassinated, like, so many times. Like, he, like, survived, like, all of them.
There's people who have gotten, basically they get, but, like, their neck is still fully on their body. It's, like, inside, basically, their spine separates from their head, basically. There's a specific word for it, but, like, I can't think of it right now.
Oh, no, it's not.
It's not, it's something that, it's something, but, like, it's inside.
Have you seen the guy
Internally.
Have you seen the guy that got, like, it was like bombed in Hiroshima or something like that? He lived, then he got into a big old ass car wreck, and he lived, and then he got into, like, a plane crash, and he lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
There's something along the lines of that. I could just be stupid.
No, I remember something like that. That's the one I was mentioning, too. Something like that happened. I just don't remember. I was, like, looking... I was trying to, like find some stuff, but I don't know. I guess I didn't do the fucking research right.
Just go on Reddit, a bunch of freaks on there.
Some people share their stories on TikTok too. There was a video I saw. It was of a girl talking about her experience with quantum immortality. She basically went on to talk about how when she was like younger, she went on like a skiing type trip with her like school or whatever.
Oh yes, I've heard of this one.
She went on that trip and like basically they were going down like the mountain, right? It was her and a bunch of other kids. She was like the last one, so she was like behind everyone. She was going down the mountain and she was like making a turn. She saw everyone in front of her, but as soon as she made that turn, everyone just like disappeared. They were gone.
Yeah.
The whole mountain was basically like abandoned and no one was around, and she was like freaking out about it.
What was it, like she walked like hours or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. She ended up getting to like the bottom of the mountain, and then she like no one was there, so she like started walking around, and then suddenly everyone just appeared, and she's like, "Where'd they go?"
Sounds similar to your situation.
So what she thought of was like she somehow died or something on that mountain, and that's how she like jumped basically.
So ERICK died by a fucking basketball, like you said. Wasn't it too that she was only gone for like
to her it was hours, but to the other kids and like the adults and stuff that were there, it was like only a few minutes.
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember it fully, but I saw it too.
You're the it kid, yeah? You're the it kid. In Supernatural, God has plans for you.
I never watched Supernatural.
Sammy. Oh, wait, is it God or is it...
was a demon.
Oh, a demon has plans for y'all.
What if it's just God saving these people, putting them in different situations so they don't die? What if ultimately? I was about to make it right.
I thought you were cooking.
Me too.
I'm on Reddit. Let's see what people say. It says, the theory of quantum immortality has driven me to a really dark place. I'm living in a state of pure terror. Is there reason not to believe it is true? Can it be debunked?
Can you debunk it?
Well, not really, because theoretical.
It's a theoretical. I guess it could be like sort of debunked because people have had like near-death experiences, and some people say that they've either seen nothing when they were like near the light, or they've like seen something, you know.
Can't find anything.
If you guys do believe this, right? Does it scare you to like even like die?
No. I don't know. I'm scared to die in general. God might be he's really scared. I'm gonna go ahead and switch into this reality. This other
What if
universe.
it's like that? What if what if God, he's all like, you ain't ready to die. Switch you over here. And he's like, oh, you're ready to die.
But then like think about it, like why are so many other people dead then? They were scared. Why aren't they alive?
Because they died in this reality, and they're not us.
Oh, main character.
God moved them to the different reality. Or they shifted to whatever powerful being it is, shifted them to a different reality, right?
The question is why?
Because they had work to do.
What the fuck?
No?
They had work to do, but they couldn't do it on this one?
Yes.
So does it only work with near-death experiences? Like, what happens if like you have cancer?
You die.
You die.
Or you
or
get
you
cured.
live. Yeah.
Or you live like all the ones who have went through chemo and lived. This is what happens, God.
I just saw the thing too. It says like, what happens at old age, right? It just like goes along until it's finally your time, I guess. But then it's like, do you really even die? Do people live to be like
Forever.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it, there are people that live to be like over 100-something, 100.
Hey, Betty White, bro. She was almost 100.
This guy said, I think I've debunked this shit, and then he just spewed on some bullshit. I don't know.
On Reddit?
He brought up the old age thing, but I don't know. I don't know if I just didn't read it correctly, or if he's just fucking stupid, but I don't know. I didn't bother.
The oldest person to live got to 116.
Who was it?
Some old dude. It's a woman.
Some lady from Brazil. I can't
Yeah.
pronounce her name.
From Brazil?
Yeah.
I would have assumed China.
Why would you?
Why? Because they're so healthy out there.
Yeah, dude. There's like a lot of people over there in China that like live to be 100.
My friend and I died in a car crash, and we respawned.
That's just a joke right there.
Quantum immortality or parallel dimensions exist to a degree. I think I might have shared this already, but I need to go more into detail with what happened. About 6 to 8 years ago, my friend Giovanni and I left my house to go get some late McDonald's. Just as young fellas do at 2 a.m. after a night of partying, etc. We got into his white Mustang, left the neighborhood, and began driving on one of the main roads towards McDonald's, which was about 2 miles away. As we crossed an intersection just about half a mile away from McDonald's, we get slammed by another car and thrown. We proceed to roll. All I remember from the impact is that the car was speeding very fast. The impact was brutal. Glass shards flew everywhere, and the sound of plastic and metal scraping the asphalt. We died upon impact. We were gone. Then it all just went black. I saw that the car was annihilated. Looking at it from above, the scene was distressing. And then, just as soon as the scene played out of our deaths, it abruptly ended, and we automatically went back. And we were both standing at the front door, about to leave to McDonald's. Fuck. I look over at Gio, and Gio is tearing up and shaking with his hand on the doorknob. I say, bro, what the fuck was that? If we leave and go right now, we're going to die in a car crash. All he replied with was something along the lines of, I know. Gio was shaking terribly, and I felt sick to my stomach. We had both just lived out our death. We both stepped away from the door and walked back into my family room and sat on the couch, didn't say a word to each other, and just stared off into the distance.
Yeah, what if that's not quantum immortality? It's just like a premonition. Something that could have happened.
In a premonition.
So they saw
That's
into
what
the
I said.
future?
It's a premonition.
Huh?
So they saw into the future?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
But like, can two people at the same time see into the future?
Why not?
I think so.
If they're both linked to death, you know.
If you think about it, it's kind of like how Final Destination.
Oh, that's true, huh?
Yeah.
Euron is trying to commit quantum to achieve immortality.
Jeez.
Guys, the title sounds wild, but I promise this post is not about parallel universe or quantum mechanics. Rather, this will be a thematic analysis of Euron Greyjoy, the inspirations behind the character, how he relates. Oh, is this some fucking anime?
I was just confused. I was like, wait, what?
Peter Griffin. My brother out because of QIAMA. I don't know if this is it anymore. Oh yeah, quantum immortality. A few years ago, my brother discovered quantum immortality. I don't know what that is.
Well, I think that's the one that was connected with the one I was talking about.
Quantum immortality is a thought experiment that stems from the many worlds interpretation. Quantum mechanics. It suggests that if consciousness continues to exist in some form after death, then in some parallel universe, a person could survive events that would typically be fatal. Essentially, it implies that every time a life-threatening situation occurs, that there are branches of reality where that person survives, leading to the idea that they could be immortal. In those alternate realities,
Like, what if there's no more to, like, go to anymore? And that's where, like, nah, bro, this is where your stop ends. Like, you're gonna die right now.
Well, the universe is infinite, right?
Yeah.
There is no, like, there is no stopping or there's no
No,
end.
but what if there was, though?
Theoretically, no. Like, if you actually think about it, because our universe, the Milky Way, is, the universe that we live in.
It's so small.
It's
compared.
it's one little pixel
Yeah.
in the entire actual span of the universe.
It's a Cheerio.
Not even. It's like a crumb of a Cheerio.
Dude, it's a speck,
Basically,
like, from
yeah.
Horton, Here's a Who. Eric's face, he's like, are you sure?
But basically, right? It's like
Basically, if you think about it, we could be that speck in that little flower thingy.
But how come we haven't heard anyone yet?
Because we don't hear a who. We're not Horton.
Oh, God.
the same way they didn't hear. They don't know about Horton.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Who
the
the fuck is
reason.
Horton Here's a Who? It's
He's
a
the
movie that
elephant.
Jim Carrey's in.
An elephant.
They don't know a fucking elephant exists?
No.
No,
They don't have
outside of their
animals.
reality, what they can't see.
Yeah.
See, the whole thing with, like, Horton Hears a Who, too, is, like, people have the theory of, like, oh, we're just a little orb in some alien's box or something. And what we see as the stars is basically our little breathing holes.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Damn.
I've never watched that movie. I can't relate what's happening.
But then, like, that kind of debunks itself, right? Because they're asteroids. The stars are asteroids, right?
Yeah, but if you think about it, we constantly put animals in little tiny jars and give them little ecosystems, which is something you can actually do by getting a bunch of other stuff, putting it in a jar, and then closing it.
So what if the aliens are just like visiting just to see like y'all fucking around?
Honestly,
Let's
the
go.
aliens wouldn't really care for us. Look at our planet; they don't care.
My brother discovered it and went in extreme panic for weeks and weeks. Constantly made posts asking about quantum immortality's flaws and asking people to explain why it's most likely false. However, no matter what people would try explaining to him, he wouldn't seem to listen. He later made posts claiming he was going to because quantum immortality was getting too much for him. He survived a few years past, and we thought he was doing okay. Then he decided to let go again and didn't survive. In his note, he mentioned how quantum immortality got to him again and he couldn't take it. I also was never aware he even had a Reddit account when he was posting all those things about quantum immortality years ago. But when he passed, I decided to look through his phone and came across his account, seeing it all. All the posts he made for a few years ago breaks me. People have even made videos about him.
So is that's the same dude that you just read from earlier?
It's sibling or cousin. I think the redditor said it was their sibling.
This is your little brother.
His brother.
So why is this like a big fucking thing though? Like quantum immortality, it's almost like its own little like religion type shit.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I just think people get too caught up. They get scared. They start panicking instead of looking at the bigger picture.
It's like those Christian what do you call them? Those Christian believers, whatever they're called.
Just religious people.
That's just like religion in
Like
general.
hardcore
Those-
Christians.
Hardcore Christians are typically, like, not all of them, but, like, quite a few of them are people who go into religious psychosis.
That's the one I was talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
that get so caught up in it that they can't tell right from wrong or like
They
from
can't-
reality and shit like
Yeah,
that.
with, like, religious psychosis as well, when you like, get, like, really into it, and you end up, like, really into it yourself, it's like a disconnect from reality and whatever else is happening. You think only one certain way, and you're not really able to get out of it until either someone helps you or you get that help yourself.
It's like, what was it, like the fucking, like, wasn't it like something about the full moon is gonna like kill you or something like that? What happened like 3 years ago? Some
Oh, yeah,
people
that
from the
shit.
religious psychosis, yeah, they said like that full moon was gonna kill or some shit.
People are constantly saying too that every natural disaster is the end of the world. It's the whole thing with the trumpets or whatever. People have been saying that for literal decades and stuff. So
to me, that's kind of scary. If you're hearing trumpets and shit like that, I don't know, it's just something about that kind of scares me.
There were trumpets when?
In the Bible, dude.
Apparently, when the world's gonna end or something, you'll hear like the trumpets.
You'll hear the first trumpet, which is. I forget what like each one represents, but it's like a different thing. You're 1, 2. It's like how many?
7.
Where the fuck
Seven
did they hear the
trumpets?
trumpets?
You just hear them.
You just hear them. They come from heaven, apparently.
No, but like where? Like in the fucking world? Where?
Everywhere.
Everywhere, dude. Everyone on the planet hears them at the same time.
The first one goes off, and then the rest go after.
Are you saying like people heard them now?
No.
Oh, I thought you were saying like people heard them. I'm like,
No,
what?
no.
But yeah, but like in order for the trumpets to happen, an entire like other thing has to happen. So it's basically like a few trials get opened, and then the trumpets will come, and the angels will fall, and other stuff.
And then the Hunger Games begin.
Pretty much, yeah.